Okay. All right, we're live, and it is Wednesday, September 27th. My StreamYard has rolled over again, so now I have plenty of StreamYard time again for now. But we're going to watch another episode of Batman the Animated Series, and this episode is Tyger, which features Catwoman in it. And as I've mentioned before, this one is an homage to uh, The Island of Dr. Moreau, which is a novel by H.G. Wells and was turned into the movie Island of Lost Souls in, was it the 30s or 40s? I forget. Bela Lugosi was in it. And Dr. Moreau was played by, I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name, Charles Lawton. That's who it was. He played Hunchback of Notre Dame. Uh, Sorry, I'm American, so I'm thinking about football when I say that. Hi, Aunt June. Glad you could make it. So, but yeah, he played the Hunchback of Notre Dame. He was Quasimodo. Uh, but we're not watching that right now. We're watching this episode of Batman. So, oddly enough, later on, Dr. Moreau would be turned into another movie that would star Marlon Brando as Dr. Moreau, and Val Kilmer was in that movie. So, another connection to Batman. But there's all kinds of horror movie references in this story. So let's go ahead and watch it. So yeah, like this is probably actually a better and more respectable adaptation of Doctor Moreau than the one with Marlon Brando. And either way, you're going to get Batman, so that's good. Because you got Val Kilmer or you got Kevin Conroy, who probably is the better Batman of the two. No offense to Val Kilmer. So, still no little white spot on this lip. I'm hoping I'm going to catch one episode of this where they forgot to take the little white spot off the lip, and you're just going to see me get so excited with that little white spot's on there. Ah, such a great shot. Such a great little sequence. Tyger. Man, I'm always making fun of the movie Avatar and like James Cameron for ripping off stuff in that, but I didn't realize that Tyger has the same font on the title card. Also, there's a Batman the Animated Series episode entitled Avatar, so we'll get to that later. Don't tell me I only work here. And another security guard, another hapless security guard. Oh, and it's Catwoman, Selena Kyle, Anya Taylor-Joy. If I had my way, be running for you. And the humans who did this would be put in here. Uh-oh. And you can tell they're trying to shift a little bit of mystery onto this character. Nice reveal. Wow. Man, got knocked into the tiger pit. Oh no. I hope the security guard got out of that. Bruce Wayne being stood up. And when he wore his best brown shirt with the yellow, or his best brown suit with the yellow shirt. She was having dinner to discuss an animal rights charity. He was just there to be an animal. I get all of his 1940s cell phone there.
If you hadn't got here, I would have been sushi. That Tyger was really yes. How about the woman? Oh yeah. Man, you tasted boyfriend slides. The beer. Sir, this is expensive.
Yes, but I'm rich.
I mean, we're talking.
Yep, that's a Tyger, all right. But he's found another clue because he is a detective after all. And look at all that cool Kenneth Strickfaden laboratory equipment. Selena was dressed nicely. She wore a blue version of her black dress. So she put on a special outfit for Bruce. Maybe she did want to talk about something a little more than animal rights. Now, anybody who is a fan of classic monster movies will recognize this character as being based off of Dr. Pretorius from Bride of Frankenstein. Even the voice of the my only weakness. It's like this guy is definitely a furry. I'm just saying.
Mister, you're crazy. Sticks and stones, Miss Collins, sticks and stones. You've already been inoculated with the initials of this shop was fun.
I wonder if like a more modern viewer coming to this might think that this is like a grown up Stewie Griffin because he's got that kind of quality to his voice too. My friend Ronald Wilson on Facebook was asking me if there was any more appearances of Man Bat after On Leather Wings, and I told him there was at least one more, kind of. But I'd forgotten that he has a little cameo here where he's helping Batman out.
So Dorian uses cats for his research. You know that. He likes cats. He won't experiment. Let me use primates, monkeys, change their genotypes. Where's my phone? He was an island off the coast. He retired, but he started contacting with genetic engineering.
The island of Dr. Dorian. Even the name Dorian seems like it's a reference to the picture of Dorian Gray, which was an Oscar Wilde short story that was also adapted into a horror movie during this period. Bang. It didn't even have like little asterisks or anything by it. It just said bang. I forgot to do the backline music. I'm sorry.
Bring it downstairs.
Boom.
Yes, yes. Lima.
Now.
So, where's Selena Carter? 10% of that man. To see your captain as we've never seen her. You know, What have you done to her? I gave her what she always wanted. I given her power and grace beyond her wildest dreams. Monster! I believe she would disagree. You can't even begin to imagine how it is for her. A whole new state of being, with increased speed, agility, strength.
But was it consensual? Batman is just being so extra right now. But at least she remembers him.
She's no longer equal to you, no longer even two. In fact, she needs only one more injection to reverse the transformation for Miles.
You know about Tigress.
Good lad, Tigress.
You gotta wonder why he didn't just like make a female from scratch like he made Tigress.
Well, nothing's so true. Tigress feels with life. It is within you.
It's nice that unlike Dr. Frankenstein, and he was a doctor in the 1931 movie, make no mistake, Dorian does have some affection for his creation.
No.
She's only got 3 fingers.
Go back to the enclosure. What am I?
Such a furry.
I'm sorry. Take him outside.
And we know how deeply he cares about Selina because we just saw the episode "Perchance to Dream," in which, in his deepest fantasy, he's engaged to her. I really feel like they never really got the kind of potential out of the Batman-Catwoman relationship that they could have. They could have done a lot more with that. And oddly enough, I'd seen a criticism about Superman, the animated series, yesterday, where somebody was saying that they felt like the relationship between Lois and Clark and Superman, that whole triangle, was one of the less developed aspects of that show and should have been played up more. And I hadn't really thought about it before, but in hindsight, I kind of agree. So. Batman. But even the way his hair is, like I'm pretty sure that that Ernest Theaster was his name. I'm pretty sure he had like gray hair. They give him like this ginger hair in this, but it's the same hairstyle, and he's drawn to look so much like Dr. Pretorius in that movie. And it's pretty clear they told the actor, "Hey, this is the character you're playing, so make him sound like him." And then now we have an entirely different 1930s horror movie, which was The Most Dangerous Game, in which, our protagonist is hunted by, in that one, a big game hunter, but in this one, it's Tigress. But it's still the kind of same sort of idea where, like, Batman is supposed to be the prey here. Of course, looks like there's a lot less hunting of the prey in this one. He just goes after him, but it's still a pretty clear homage. And The Most Dangerous Game was made like basically using the leftovers of King Kong. Even a lot of the same cast, like Fay Ray's in it, and Uh, Noble Johnson is in it, and Robert Armstrong.
This is an island.
Yeah. Tigress is a good match for Batman, but honestly, it's the sort of thing where like Batman would easily be more skilled, despite Tigress's physical prowess, and certainly more strategic. But there's kind of a naive innocence to Tigress because he's not really like he's not really evil, but his perspective on things is a little skewed because he's only been raised on this island by this crazy mad scientist. Again, precarious. And there's our commercial break. Managed to dodge that just in time. It's a long climb up without your grappling hook, isn't it?
Batman. You're hurt.
It's nothing. How did you get away from
Oh.
Jordan?
He didn't try to stop it. He knows there's no way out this.
What is it?
Don't hurt him.
What?
Batman's done nothing to you.
He's my enemy. And my father's enemy. When I prove I'm best, he'll be mine.
No, can't be one of you.
My father said,
He's wrong. Search your feelings, Tigress. You know he's wrong.
That's a nice bit.
very disappointed in your tactics.
Oh, that's mean.
Please. 20 years of work in jeopardy. He should have killed that man, torn him limb from limb. Why? He is not food. He is not my enemy. He's right. I'm not his enemy. All I want is the answer. You.
Yeah.
Stop him! You take me away from you. This is up your business, Tigress. He's broken the law, committing crime against nature.
Kidnapped a woman.
He's my father. He gave me life.
Batman.
This is your fault. You ruined him.
Yeah.
I won't have this again. I think you and I cannot make you.
Oh, yeah? Let's see about that. There goes that equipment. We belong dead. Okay. And now the whole lab, just like in Bride of Frankenstein, where the creature destroys the lab with Dr. Pretorius in it. Henry Frankenstein and Elizabeth barely escape with their lives. And Batman and Selina got old Ape Boy out of there, and oh, looky there. Tigress actually survived and saved his father. Because Tigress really isn't a bad dude. He can't help being what he is. And Batman showing compassion even for his enemies.
The antidote. I'll be stuck like this forever.
And look at this.
You could stay here with me.
Oh, Tigress. I can't live like this. I have to be human again.
See, unlike Jervis Tetch, who let his obsession turn him into a monster, Tigress knows how to let go. Tigress, I would argue, is more human than the Mad Hatter. And he's all alone. Jervis, if he had have let Alice go, maybe he could have found love somewhere else. Maybe he could have found somebody else that would have loved him back. But there's never going to be anybody for Tigress. He's always going to be completely alone because Kevin Conroy reciting the poem from which they got the title. But yeah, Tigress is just always going to be alone. He's never going to have anybody. And he's still more human than Jervis Tetch. So, okay, here we go. Kevin Conroy as Batman, Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred, Adrienne Barbeau as Catwoman, Jim Cummings as Tigress, Joseph Mayer, or Marr, maybe, I don't know, as Dr. Dorian, and Mark Singer as Kirk Langstrom. So, oh, hi, Sean Franklin. Nice to see you again. So yeah, that was Batman the Animated Series. That was Tyger, and it was a pretty entertaining episode, I think. I'm a big fan of the classic monster movies, like Frankenstein and all that kind of stuff. All the Universal movies, like Dracula is my favorite monster of all those. But excuse me, I like Frankenstein, Wolfman, the Mummy. I especially like the first Mummy, the one with Boris Karloff in it. In the later sequels, they kind of more turned him into almost like a prototype of a slasher movie monster. But in the first one, he's a very different sort of character. And then you had other kind of movies of that type from around that time, like I'd mentioned Island of Lost Souls, but also Paramount's version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Do you like Rambo movies? Oh yeah. First Blood's one of my favorites. I like that one an awful lot. And what was not the last one they put out? That one was kind of bleak. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie, but like, I don't think I'm gonna watch it again because it was just kind of, left me in a bad place. But the previous one to that, I think it was just called Rambo. It would have been the fourth one. The thing I don't like about the Rambo movies is the way the titles work, because you have First Blood, and then you have Rambo First Blood Part 2, and then you have Rambo 3. So it's like, shouldn't it be like Rambo 2 First Blood Part 3? I mean, like, and then the next one's just Rambo. So it doesn't make any sense. I think the last one was called Last Blood. So that one kind of makes sense. But yeah, like my Aunt June says she loved those old monster movies too. I remember watching a bunch of them with her. So yeah, that's definitely something that we certainly have that in common. So oh hey, it's almost October. Maybe I can do a watch along of some of those. That might be fun. So but anyway, that's pretty much it for this episode. I hope you will join me for the next episode, which will be, let's find out, Dreams in Darkness, which is another very interesting episode on a psychological level. This is one where Batman is locked up as a prisoner in Arkham Asylum. So yeah, that'll be interesting, won't it? I kind of remember this one as being like kind of one of the darker episodes of the show, because anytime you're dealing with Batman being locked up in Arkham Asylum, considering how he's a guy who dresses up in a bat outfit and fights criminals, a lot of people think that that maybe he actually is insane. So so that's always an interesting thing for me to see. So it would not have been too long before this episode that the Arkham Asylum graphic novel would have come out, but I don't think that one would have been an influence, because I think it would have been too close to the time they were making this. I would say it's probably more influenced by another comic from the early '80s, which I'll talk about that somewhat when we watch the episode, which will be sometime tomorrow on this Bat channel. So if you want to see it, make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the little bell and everything. Oh, I'm sure I will have a good evening. Thanks. I hope you have a good evening too, Aunt Jim. So hit the little bell if you want to be warned when I'm going online. You don't want to miss anything. Or, if you just want to watch these along, you can always go back and watch them along with me. If you're somebody who accidentally stumbled on this video and want to watch more, there's more out there. I've done every episode of Batman the Animated Series so far. So, and I intend to do the entire series. So we will talk to you next time. Bye.